Welcome and welcome back, everybody. Tabletop Toki here, and today we're going to be doing a super exciting unboxing. So I have a box here from our sponsor, Noble Knight Games. Amazing. You can check out the link down in the description if you want to pick up some stuff. They actually just started their spring sale, which is one of the biggest sales they do all year. And I have to say, like looking through it, there's some really choice things on there, including some of my personal favorites. So if you're looking to pick up some games from them, this would definitely be the time to do it. I also have a surprise package from a friend of the channel. And I also have a new entrant copy of a game that I've been looking for a really long time that I won in a silent auction at a convention that I went to this weekend. So there's a lot to unpack here, literally. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. And hey, everybody, thanks for joining. Oh, I'm sorry that you have to start work soon. But yeah, we'll get you caught up on your lunch break, and certainly the video will be up on the channel afterward as well. Happy Monday! Yeah, glad you can make it for at least the beginning. So I got a couple of things from Noble Knight in this latest order that I'm pretty excited about. One of which y'all saw in the thumbnail is Harmonies, which is on the BGG Hot 100, which I'm usually pretty skeptical about, but I have been told by people that I trust who are also similar to me when it comes to assessing, games and what they like and being honest about that sort of thing, that it is actually, in fact, very good. So we'll see. All right, so the first thing, and one of the things I'm really excited for, is the 5 to 6 player Box Experiments expansion. So I unboxed the base game on stream a little bit ago, but this particular expansion, I don't know if it was ever released outside of just the Kickstarter. It might not have been, and oh, this light is very not great. Let's see. Much better. Okay. A little bit less glare there. So the Fox Experiment is a roll and write game where you are breeding foxes together in order to create like the friendliest fox with the best traits. And the base game plays up to 4, but this expansion, obviously, as you can probably imagine, adds a 5th and 6th player. So I'm pretty excited about that. May have already ordered Harmonies because of the comments on the Discord and that art. Yeah, same. Like I said, there's some games that I'm just like, I'm pretty skeptical, but some of our members over on Discord, shout out, link in the description, said that it was really actually pretty excellent. And I also have some personal like friends and stuff that have played it and have spoken very highly. So it looks like we have a little promo here, and we're gonna go ahead and open up and see what we have in here. Now, I will be honest and say that I don't necessarily anticipate playing this game with 5 to 6 players. I think it really shines at 3 or 4 players, because at 3 players, you can start without having to make up extra foxes for the breeding pool. In solo and 2-player mode, you do have to kind of make up like a dummy players. I don't know what you would call it, but basically what foxes they would breed from round to round. So there's a little bit of extra maintenance with that. At 3 and 4 players, you don't have to do that though. But I can imagine at 4 players, managing all of the different foxes does become a little unwieldy due to the nature of all the dice you have to roll and marking all the boxes. So I can imagine that with 5 to 6 players, unless they change something drastic, that would be even more unwieldy. But you'll see why here in a second. I really, really wanted this expansion regardless. So we have some components for the 5th and 6th players. So we have some player boards, and I'm now realizing that I told myself in my brain I needed to bring the base game box up to get this all organized, but I forgot to do that. So I'm gonna punch the player boards. These cardboard tokens I'm not going to punch though, because the Kickstarter version does come with the acrylic tiles for everything. So I will be adding those to the base game box, and the marble dice. So this will support up to 6 players, metal gears, and then some plastic stars for the points. We have a couple more fox cards, 2 more markers, And the part that I'm really excited for, which are the unique player colors with the fox art for the white and gray foxes, or gray player colors, I should say. So those are really cool. Yeah, each player has their own unique foxes, and I just like having the variety of all the different colors that you can play. And we do often have game nights with more than 4 people. So yeah, I know Metal Gear as soon as the words came out of my mouth. So I think it will be nice to have the option if people feel very strongly that they want to try it with more players. And I'll just preface it by telling them, like, hey, this is going to be a little bit of a hot mess, but you know, we're going to do the best we can, and it should be a fun time anyway. So yeah, I'm tempted to run down and grab my box off the shelf, but in the interest of keeping things moving along, I think I will just open these cards and put them in there and do that off stream. Curious to know if any of y'all have played this one and what your thoughts were on it. I know a lot of people compare it to Genotype because of the theme, although they're very different because Genotype is like dice drafting, worker placement, and this is, you know, a roll and rate. But I will say that keeping track of marking your foxes and everything, like I said, can be a little unwieldy, but I think it's pretty fine. It is very multiplayer solitaire as well, other than bidding on turn order and different benefits. And I do like that the foxes that you end up breeding from round to round will then go into the pool. So here are some of the gray foxes, and here are some of the white. Oh, it's so cute. Oh my gosh. See, this is what it's all for. This is why I needed the expansion, just to have variety in the, oh my gosh, the fox art. That's amazing. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, that's very exciting, at least for me. And I'm looking forward to giving people more options for their fox cosmetics. Like I said, I don't know if we'll ever play with 5 or 6, but at least we have the option now, and we have the cosmetic upgrade for more skins, which, you know, I'm all about that. I mean, not with every game, honestly. Usually I'm not, but this game for me, definitely, like I said, it's very much about the aesthetics and the theme and the really cute fox art and naming your foxes. So this one was kind of a no-brainer, and it's really hard to find. As soon as NobleNet got a copy in, I'm like, all right, I'm putting in my order. So we'll place that off to the side, and I'm gonna grab another game here. The next game is, sure, let's do this one. So this is Mining Colony 415. This is part of the Hunted series. I believe Kobayashi Tower was the first one, and Mining Colony is the second. Now they have Woad Ridge, I think it's called, and perhaps another one. But these are a series of solo games that do play up to 1 to 2 players. Kobayashi Tower is like a dice card management game. I ended up picking it up last year at the event that I actually was at this past weekend called Gaming Hoopla, which is like a small local convention for charity. And every year they do a big silent auction. I posted in the Discord, oh, I forgot to put that on Instagram, the giant wall of games. Just racks and racks and racks and tables of games. So a lot of them are used games that people bring in, and they have, you can go around with a pen and bid on them. Some of them have buy now prices. Some of them you just have to wait until the auction's over to see if you win it. And usually you can get the games for pretty cheap, and 25 up to 100%, but as low as 25% of the profits go to charity. So it's a really fun event. It's my favorite board game buying experience of the year. And last year I got Kobayashi Tower. I ended up liking it a lot more than I thought I would. So Mining Colony 4015 has been on my list since then, especially because it is a dexterity game. Hey, so you're going to be flicking discs in, managing cards and what have you. So yeah, wish Woad Ridge was in a smaller box than the other two. In a small box like the other two. Oh, is it a bigger box? Really? That's unfortunate. All right, let's just double check our components here. I always like to check. So we have the player board. We have 2 double-sided large alien cards. I think these are for the disc flicking. So this would be probably the target area, and they have an easy and a hard side. Cool, love that. It's huge. Okay, yeah, just post it. Is it like a 12 by 12? And is it like particularly deep, or what's that like? All right, and let's count our cards here. So we have the 2 player cards. So, oh wait, player card and a starting rifle, it looks like. Let's see, location cards. We have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So there are location cards, and we should have a 67 card hunter deck, which looks like it is these cards. Although this one, oh, that one's just flipped over. Okay. Let's see, and we have a reference card. That's one of the player cards I'm betting, and this pulse rifle is for the second player. Not sure where the other player card is, but we will find it. There's another bag of cards here, so probably in here. Standard box with no inserts. Big to keep the player mat in the box. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I don't know. I can't think of many player mats that usually would go like in the boxes. Okay. We have the 2 player card. We have like 2 starting cards on this one and a reference card. But those, I'm not sure. We'll see. I'm just going to count these ones and see where we're at. So we should have 67. So we have groups of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 are these 2. And I guess these are the 2 player cards. So we should be good to go there. Alrighty, let's pack these back up. I'm wondering if I can just put all of these hunted deck cards into one bag, and then the locations and player card, reference, the 2 player card, the reference card, and the location cards into the other with the starting weapons. We'll go ahead and do that. Yeah, I'm really excited for this one. Like I said, it's a dexterity game, so you've got some ships that you're going to be flicking. I actually shout out Danicha's channel. When I heard about these games, I first watched it on her channel. That was actually how I found her channel way back in the day. She has an awesome tutorial / playthrough up there on her channel. So we have our 3 tracker cubes. We have 2 grenades. Whoa, these are really chunky. I love that. And then we have some flame tokens. So 3 flames. We have a large test, which I believe is this. And we have a small test, which is this. 3 lasers. It looks like these are the 3. This is just an extra, so I'm going to toss that. We have, these are also blank, so we'll toss that. Let's see. So we should have 3 keys. 1, 2, 3, 7 ammo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 retoss. Where is that? And 2 hits. 1, 2. 8 shots. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Everything is here. All right, good to go on that one. So the one thing that did happen after the silent auction, I ended up walking away with more games than I anticipated. I don't know what it is. I just get really excited, and sometimes they have a lot of out of print games because they're used games. And I just think, like, you know, do I need a 3rd copy of Super Motherload for $5? No, but somebody I know will want it, and then it's like they get it for $5, and I'm just facilitating. So of course I have to pick it up. But you do that so many times, and then you just have like a whole bag of games and well, box, I should say. And then yeah, you're just sitting there counting components, wondering, you know, how did we get here? But you won't hear me complaining. Yeah. Yeah. I won, you know, the auction. So every game you get is a win. Okay, the next game, another little small box game, Toil and Troubles. I actually got to try this one back in, what was it, February, and another local convention. This is from Grandpa Beck's Games. It's got a pusher, it's like a pusher luck set collection game. That's really fun because you build a forest in the center, and you're trying to build rows that have certain restrictions. But, you know, if you want a better row, you have to push for more cards. But if you ever draw a card that you can't play legally, then you lose and you don't get to take any cards. The cool thing, too, is that every other player on each person's turn gets to take a card from the center after that person's turn is over. So you're also managing kind of seeing which cards you want and putting them together, but trying to mitigate what other people need. We have a banana slush recipe here. This is the 10th recipe. Pretty fun. Some other Grandpa Beck's games. I did try gnoming around at this convention a couple of years ago, which was pretty fun. Nuts About Mutts looks really cute, but I have not tried it. And we have our rule book here. The rule book is a little hard to understand and a little unwieldy, but once you get it, the game is very straightforward. And then we have our cards. I really love this insert too. Just a little touch of having that art in there just really makes it something special. Yeah. You did win it this weekend. I was a little upset. I was like, I wanted that one, but then I forgot and that I, you know, had it in my order. And then when I got home, I realized, oh yeah, I'm gonna be unboxing that anyway. That's fine. All right, so here are the cards. So basically with this one, oops, like I said, you're trying to collect different sets. So you're either looking for magic artifacts valued 1 through 5 to trade in, or you're looking for sets of 4 of the same number to trade in. And there are some special cards like poison, summons, vanish cards and things like that, and cloaks. So basically, like when you put a card out, you can't put cards of the same number in the same row, and they have to go from low to high. And you can't have 2 cards of the same color touching each other. So that's where that push your luck comes in. The cloak cards are cool because they can cover up and reset a card for color and number. And then you just kind of have to remember what's under there for, you know, which rows you take. So you could cloak poison to try to mess up your opponents, or you can cloak certain cards to get better bonuses or like combos in certain rows. There are a lot of really clever little decisions for it just being, you know, a deck of cards and just being a set collection game. Yeah, I liked it way more than I had any right to. So when I saw that Noble Knight had a copy, I was like, yep, that's going in the cart. You did also outbid me a bunch, though. What? No, it was just the one game, and then I ended up giving you it anyway. That was my bad. So, like, for the silent auction, you have a bidder number. So, our friends like to always make sure that we don't bid on each other's games, but you know, sometimes in the heat of the moment, it's just challenging because there's just so much going on, and it's hard to keep track of a lot of different numbers if you know a lot of people there. Okay, next game is Chicken from Keymaster Games. I had never really heard of this one before. It plays up to 8 players. I think it's very straightforward and simple, but it looked pretty cute. So roll chickens, hatch eggs, avoid foxes. That's like the whole thing of the game. So you're trying to rule the roosts. It's like a pretty light family game, I believe. I really love this art too. And I don't know about the shape of this container, but it's certainly very unique. The presentation is stunning. So we have these little discs here. We have some unique dice with foxes and eggs and chickens on them. And then we have this beautiful cloth board. So pretty straightforward. I really like the graphic style of this one, and it was pretty affordable. I thought, hey, why not? This will be a good filler game, hopefully. A game that easily fits on the shelf is more stunning. I know, but I'm trying to be open-minded here. Straight to the bag. You guys are gonna kill me with your bags. Wild. Oh, and here's the rule book. So super easy, just quick setup, quick whatchamacallit, overview, and that's it. So you're trying to get 25 or more points. Yeah, so you roll, and then if you don't bust, then you can, it looks like, re-roll and put certain tokens in the middle. So it looks like there's maybe a little bit of a push your luck element because you can re-roll on your turn, and then you can bust if you get 3 or more foxes. So might be a nice alternative to Trash Pandas, which is a really cute push your luck dice rolling set collection game. This one looks even more straightforward and minimal, which I do enjoy. So looking forward to trying that one out. Mine too open, brains fall out. Listen, that's very generous of you, assuming that I have a brain in the first place. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, I think I don't need this. This is just for advertisement, right? So we're gonna toss that. Okay, and now a piece of resistance. We have Harmonies. I believe it's number 2 on the BGG Hot 100 right now. It is gorgeous, though, I will say. I don't know how much that factors into people's bias, but like I said, some people that I trust for now have said that it's really good. And it's relatively affordable compared to a lot of games that usually end up on the BGG Hot 100. So again, trying to reserve judgment or prejudgment. Why is it hot? I think it has elements of Cascadian Reef that people really like and combines them in a way that hopefully is very clever and better than both. I like Reef quite a bit. I do not like Cascadia, but there were elements of it that I liked but wished were better. So I'm hoping that this satisfies that. So we have our discs, which will be placed to build different parts of the ecosystem, I believe. So some different types of terrain here. And then we have score pads. So I will probably just laminate 2 of those, just separate those out and put them in my laminator pile. Yeah, so you're going to be stacking these discs on top of each other. What is this little thing? Ooh, here are the cards. We have some cubies there. I'm not sure. I think those might be the animals that go on top of the discs. And we have the cards, which are a little warped, but sure it'll be okay, especially after some shuffling. Really gorgeous art, I do have to say. Okay, so the cubes track the cards. So you're trying to make these configurations, and I believe this represents like the animal. So you have like the fish in the water next to the cliffside. You have a little otter swimming in the stream on the shore, a frog jumping in the water. Ooh, a peacock that's up on, I don't know what the red is, but then you have maybe a man-made structure, hence the gazebo, and then you have the water around it. A squirrel jumping up into a tree. We got like wood and then leaves from a man-made structure. Yeah, the little squirrel houses. So this one is very gorgeous. I do have to say, it really reminds me of some like children's book illustrations, like really high quality ones, which I absolutely love. I think children's book artists are criminally undervalued and underpaid. Whoa, look at this one. That is so freaking cool. Okay, like I'm not gonna lie, I'm already getting a little biased just based on the aesthetics, but I will give an honest review once I get to play it. Hopefully this Thursday at our game nights. I will be honest. You know, just because it's pretty doesn't mean it's good. It's gotta have something going on under the hood. You know what I'm saying? All for pretty games, but that's all it is. Then we're gonna have some problems. Also, like Reef. Emerson Suchi is an underrated game designer. Oh, also doing the Metal Gear board game? Let's go. I didn't know that was going to be a thing. Bringing it full circle. But yeah, all the tokens go into the pouch, and the pouch goes next to the board. So I think we'll go ahead and just pour those in there right now. And save that step for setup later. We have, there's a little recyclable tabs. Why? What does this do? Do these absorb moisture? Does anybody know what this is? It just says LDPE recyclable. And it's in each of the bags with the wooden tokens. Is that like an alternative to silica packets or something? So that's pretty cool. I appreciate it. This is a nice insert too. I appreciate that it's got the little lid to keep the components in there. Oops, I accidentally poured the little tab in there. Okay. So yeah, we have like these, I guess each player probably has their own personal board where they're building up their landscape with these different tokens that you're going to be drafting from probably this board. And then you're going to be placing those animals out to fulfill those objectives. But again, I will give a full report back after it's been played, so stay tuned for that. We'll see. It'll either be, you know, a whole, it does have solo mode, so maybe I'll do a solo party video on it if it's good. If it's not, be expecting a burn video. We're kind of overdue for that. In fact, I found some file recordings on my computer of 2 burn videos that I had recorded, but the files were not the best, so I think I'm going to have to re-record them before doing anything with that, unfortunately. Those will be coming at some point. And we'll see if Harmonies ends up on there. Okay, so I'm going to place these back in here. Okay. So, moving right along. Actually, let's put this one up here. Let's put this here. And I think the next game that I'll take out is from the silent auction. We'll save the surprise game for last. Like I said, it was sent by a very good friend of the channel. And I don't even know what it is, so we'll have to see. Duke Fan Blue is making auto modes for Harmonies right now as well. Really? It has 1 to 4 on the box. Is the solo mode not good, or is it just like an alternative solo mode? All right. And we have my prized possession from the silent auction, Crystal Palace in shrink for frickin' $16. This is what I'm talking about. This is what it is. This is where we're at. So Crystal Palace, if you don't know, is a dice worker placement game, which, y'all, the words, I'm so sorry. I should have put the not safe for work tag up. Yeah, this I really love this one. The cool thing about this one is that you actually get to set your dice before the round starts. So you have like player screens, and you make kind of like a bid of what value you want each die to be. And as with some worker placement games, the higher the value, the better placement you can get. But you do have to pay your workers at the end of the round. So if you just bid everything up, you might not be able to afford it. All right. And this one plays up to 4 players, I believe. I need to double check. But I've had the pleasure of playing it once. I loved it. It's about building inventions as like famous inventors. We have some more room. Oh, beautiful. We have our rule book. What is this beautiful game unboxing? Yeah. Honestly, yeah, all these games are really gorgeous in their own right, but totally different aesthetics on all of them, right? So yeah, we have our components, our setup. This one's definitely a little chunkier. You've got an admin board that people are moving up. You've got like all these different little boards that you can interact with. There's a little black market action going on the side. You have assistants you can place out, and there's like the dice, you know, that you can use to get different cards, which you can use to invent things and pair them with different inventors, which you get. So I am very excited. There's loaning money. And yeah, the black market, the buzz track. I'm super excited to have this one finally. And yeah, to be able to play it. Oh, and of course, all the components are not sorted by color, so we will be taking care of that here today. We have the player boards for the different nations, and the achievements that you're going to be getting and what have you, and technologies you're going to be unlocking. We have the main board here, where we're going to track our progress. I believe this is like, I don't remember what it's called, but it's something akin to an income track. And black market board and our other boards. There's a lot going on here. Okay. We're going to spread out a little bit and get to the bottom of this. All right. Little player trays for your stuff. What do we start with? Let's put the main board in the bottom of the box. That's where that goes. Let's put the player boards next. Where those go. And then from there, we can start taking out the boards. This is for 4 players. This is for 3 players. So maybe we'll do all those first. We have another 4-player board. This is the 3rd one. Let's see what else. Everything's falling apart. Okay. Number 4 for 3 players. This is for 4 or 5 players. This plays up to 5. What's happening? Okay, cool. Good to know. Oh, so this must be 4 and this must be 5. It plays up to 5. Man, what a day. Okay, 2, 3, 4. We have Waterloo Station, which I think is just 4 to 5 or 2 to 3 on the other side. Yep, so we're good there. I mean, let's be honest. Every stream is beautiful game unboxing on this channel. Or every unboxing. Yeah, they are wooden dice. Do you have some thoughts about that? I actually really like wooden dice, not gonna lie. But you know, if you want to break my heart and tell me about how terrible they are, that's fine. I can take it. Oh, fancy? Okay, good. We have our black market action board. Ooh, there's so much stuff. That maybe down at the bottom because it's a little bigger. Oh, this is quickly getting out of hand. We have our patent office, which is the first board, but also kind of big. London Times. Whoa, whatever this is. 6 Reform Club. Okay, so maybe we'll put these. What do I do? These big ones down here. Smaller ones over here. No really good way to get this all in there. It's interesting too that you have these little boards instead of like one giant board, so you can set it up for player count relatively easily. And also, I think that's more conducive to like how you want to set it up on your table, which I kind of really dig, even though it's a little weird to store. I'm kind of into it, not gonna lie. We'll see what happens when I have to like actually set it up to play, but from what I remember, it was not that tedious and it provided a lot of flexibility, which was cool. Okay, and we have our player carts. Didn't even look at the description before ordering Harmonies. That's fair. All right, and let's punch some money. I'm not going to use this money, of course, because we'll be using iron clays, but cardboard out of the box at least. Get it all bagged and organized. Okay, and we have some boards here for, I forgot what this like cheer symbol is, but sure once we play it, it'll come back to me hopefully, or it won't, and then I'll find out. Listen, Adam's a grown-ass man. He can do what he wants. If he wants to order games without even looking at the description, then that's fine. Honestly, just looking at the pictures, I'm like, this looks like Reef mixed with Cascadia, but prettier and maybe better than both. So, and again, based on a couple of reviews from people that I trust, I was like, you know what? Might as well just try it. What's the worst that can happen? It's a popular game. I don't like it and then I sell it. Fine. It won't be difficult to sell, especially since it's probably, I would imagine any games that are up on the like BGG Hot 100 typically sell out and are hard to find. And then usually it's just like people selling them for a huge markup. So like at the very least, I would probably break even if I didn't want to keep my copy. That was my logic at least. I figured it was better to get one now and try it out than to wait on it and then find out it's good and not be able to get a copy or have to overpay for it. Low risk, high reward, hopefully. Okay, is there any other money? Yes, over here. Money. This cardboard is very, whatchamacallit? It's not chunky, but it's very solid. There's a different word I'm thinking of that's failing to reach my brain right now, but It's supposed to be a compliment that it's pretty good quality. Replayable sources that reputable sources that enjoyed it. Yeah, see, same. Here we go. Okay. Yeah. We need a bag for the money. Let's see. Where did the bags go? I'm a little scatterbrained because so the local convention went from Friday at like noon until Sunday at 5 p.m. and they were open till 2 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Which I stayed till like 1 or 1:30 on Friday and then until after 2 a.m. on Saturday. And usually the past few times that I've gone to this convention, it's a little over an hour drive from where I live. So I've gotten a hotel and like split it with people. But this year, I didn't have anybody to split a hotel with. So I decided to drive there and back every morning and every evening. And I got an average of about 2.5 to 3 hours of sleep a night. So if I'm a little scatterbrained, I mean, let's be honest, always, but like if it's a little more than usual, we'll say that's why. All right, and then we have these tokens here. I think these are like the upgrade technology, something or other tokens that end up going on your board. It's been a long time since I've played. It's been like maybe 2 years. I don't quite remember what everything is, but I'm sure it will come back to me. Yeah, these telescopes, right? So those are like the technologies. Oh, I realize that I'm very much like punching very off camera. Oh my gosh, this looks like a hot mess. I just looked up at the preview cam. It's just like all the things all over. Yikes. This is what happens. This is what a very sane person's stream looks like, who does not have problems and is a well-adjusted, functioning human being. In case anybody was wondering, we need another bag. These tiles, that. Okay. Seem pretty normal. That is not the word I would use, but I appreciate it. Oh, speaking of normal and speaking of ordering things, like the old I Spy books. Oh yeah, didn't they do a board game one? If they didn't, they should. They should do a calendar, like an I Spy calendar with board game stuff. Speaking of fun things, pause real quick. Check this out, y'all. This is the puppet cube, and it's just, you know, a square. It looks just like a 2x2, but it's got a 3x3 inside of it. And so when you, oh my gosh, I'm going to regret this so much. I'm never going to be able to get it back to that state. But it actually shapeshifts when you move it around like so. It's pretty cool. I'm kind of frustrated because it's extremely challenging and I have not at all yet figured out how it works after an entire day of messing with it. But ooh, is it exciting? So yeah, pretty wild, right? Monstrosity, excuse you. Shh. Sinner, she's crazy. Sinner. No, no, we have to be nice to her. We have. Talk later. Okay, bye. All right, but anyway, back to Crystal Palace. These little carts. These remind me of the little carts from Altafano. I think they're just used for your dice, maybe? I don't remember. Or something. Money? I'm not sure. Oh gosh, these are difficult to line up properly. Hopefully they fit in the box assembled. There was a lot of room, so I feel confident that they will. Yeah, honestly, with this cube, I feel like it shouldn't be that hard. It's just a 2x2 and a 3x3, and there just happen to be inside of the other one. Like, it should be fine, but Yeah, even getting it to that like cube state without any color matching or anything was it was rough. And I'm not gonna lie, I definitely cheated and looked up an algorithm for one of the states that it was in. I'm like, I'm so lost. I need at least a little help to get to a point where it seems like it could be solvable and see how that works so that I can figure out why it works that way. But yeah, the fun one. There's a that's like the second version of the Puppet Cube. There's a version 1 and a version 2, and that's the version 2 one, which the version 1 I don't think has a full 3x3 in it. It's just got it's like a 2x2 with some extra little bits in the corners, the center corners. And this one has the full on side that's just or full on corner that's a full tiny cube 3x3. Last box. It is a fun cube. Also frustrating, but I'm looking forward to hopefully someday understanding it enough to be able to solve it well, because yeah, it's really cool too because you can like move like the inner parts independently, which is pretty fun. Okay, and we have some tokens. These little friends here. We're just gonna pop those out and put that over here. These big boys here. Oops. Separate them out. Okay. Good. And yeah. So yeah, I was at a convention all weekend. Curious if anybody did anything fun or has any fun stuff coming up. Also curious about any local conventions that y'all go to, because there are really only 2 in the area for us that I go to yearly. And I would like to go more, even if they're not local, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I enjoy that environment much more than I would a bigger, like, consumer-based one, like Gen Con or something. I'm gonna leave these 5 bags from Harmonies for player baggies, and we'll use one of these for all these tokens, maybe. Start your own. I mean, we're working up to it. At some point, I'm not going to be able to host everybody at my house, and we're just going to have to rent a hotel space, and that'll be that. Okay, and then we have this baggie for these bigger tiles. Dice Tower's holding another big game bash in Fort Misery at the end of May. How often do they do those? Is it like a scheduled thing ahead of time per year, or is it just kind of as needed? Put these ones in here. And we just have one last thing to punch, and then we'll sort the other pieces, and then we'll get to the mystery game. Super exciting. All right, and these are the loans. A bonus 5th. They usually do 4. Nice. Is that just because they had like really good turnout at the other ones so far? They're a special occasion, or just cause? All right, and here we go. Good. All righty. We got a little extra tabbage over here. Okay. Another baggie. Oh no. Oh, I forgot the cards over here too. This money fell out. Where did the money go? It's under there. Cool. Good. All the way at the bottom. Great turnout. Several industry people. Nice. Yeah, that's really fun. That is one of the things that I appreciate. Is that like, I don't know. A lot of times, when people are like professionals, you don't know what it's going to be like if you like ever run into them in person, right? And I always had that when I was doing music. But like most people in the music industry, at least in like the classical music sphere of things, are just like normal people, which is really cool when you get to meet them. And it's definitely been like that anytime I've met, like board game people. Everybody's just really chill. I think especially with board game people. Everybody just, wants to have a good time and play games and talk about games and hang out. So yeah, no shame in looking at algorithms. Yeah, fair. I just like, I don't know. Usually I feel like I can get it to a state where I at least understand most of the things about it. But this one I don't even understand like how, how I would even get there, much less can figure out the specific algorithms for it. Yeah. when Eric Lang and I met, we got along so well. We talked for an hour. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I've heard he's super chill. Would love to meet him someday and thank him for making the Bloodborne card game, which is freaking amazing. Oh my gosh. All right, so we've got our different cards here. Oops. Covered that up. We have the different inventors, and they have like different points based on their times, different abilities, and they pair up with different inventions too, I believe. Yeah, like this one, Paperboy pairs up with the audiobook, Joseph Paxton pairs up with the Crystal Palace, and then we have the inventions themselves, which you're trying to build. Yeah, very cool. So let's go ahead and put those in a bag. We need 2 bags. I think 1 should suffice. All right, there we go. And then we're going to make up our player baggies because I think the resources are already sorted. Oh, they're mixed together. Cool. So light bulbs and gears. I'll probably sort those out into 2 baggies just for convenience sake. 1, 2. Okay. We'll pour those out here. Okay. Then get that taken care of. So we have our gears. These look more like flowers than gears. The paint does look a little metallic-y though, which I do appreciate. It's not just like a flat gray. I don't know if it shows up on camera super well, but in person, that's certainly how it looks. And then we have our light bulb. We'll place in a separate baggie. Okay. And then the last thing we have to do is sort out all the player colors and we should be good to go. Uh-oh, forgot a gear. But like I said, this one's a dice work replacement game. If y'all have any suggestions for other dice work replacement games that you really enjoy that I should check out, please let me know because it is absolutely, it's probably my 3 favorite words that can be strung together in reference to board games like ever. Those in there. And our player baggies. Okay. Lots of little things for each player here. Okay. Up there. Put these here, little top hat. Oh, that should probably go in the other bag with the other component, but oh well. These ones and 1 more. And our wooden dice. Ah, so cute. Love it. Where is that little bag? Here it is. Put that in there. And player bag. Let's start with yellow because it's the one closest to me. Question for everybody. What color do you usually default to playing if you do have a default player color? Also, why? For me, I often pick yellow because I find that with most games, A, it's often a color that people don't usually feel strongly about and choose for themselves. And B, it tends to show up really well on boards for a lot of different games. Like games about nature, if you choose green, it's going to blend in, or blue, it might blend in. And like other games, some other colors kind of blend in too. So I don't know. Yellow's just kind of always my default go-to. Sometimes it really messes me up to play other colors too if I'm used to playing yellow, especially if I'm used to playing yellow for a specific game and somebody else takes it. I'll accidentally like move their pieces or things like that if I'm not being careful. White, if no white, red, if no red, anything else. Fair. I will say if like pink or teal are ever options, I usually like to go with those. Or if there's like a unique color, like chartreuse. Ooh, freaking Kingsburg, those chartreuse dice. Oof, so good. Almost done. 2 more colors. Alrighty. There we go. And there we go. Okay. Last one. Nice royal blue. Yeah, the wooden dice are nice to roll, although I don't think there's much rolling. You just set them to whichever side. From what I can remember, there may be some mechanic where you have to re-roll them or something, but I think it's just you set them for your bids. Oh, that's what this is for. You set them and you cover them up and then you reveal. I don't know if they serve another purpose or not, but I do remember that part. Okay, so Crystal Palace, all set. And now it's time for our mystery game. Oh boy. Again, I don't know what this is. It was sent by a very dear friend of the channel, whom I hope you're doing well out there. Hope to hear from you soon. But mystery game time. Any guesses as to what it could be? I do know, I believe, it does say Funko, and it does say Prospero Hall, which I know is one of these people's favorite design collectives. So I'm assuming it's something from there. Didn't you say that when you play your favorite game, you like to be the top hat? Wait, what? Top hat? From which game? Okay, let's see. It is... Oh! Bosa from Prospero Hall. Oh my gosh, this is gorgeous. Yo, I'm very excited. Cafe Bosa. All right, so we have welcome to Bosa, the jewel of Sardinia's west coast. This idyllic town is known for sunny skies, crystal clear waters, authentic cuisine, and its promenade of colorful buildings. We invite you to discover the timeless charm and the magic of Bosa for yourself. Build your own Bosa townscape as you move through the seasons of this easygoing card game. Arrange your buildings into picturesque patterns and then take actions to earn coins, resources, and points. After one time in Bosa, you're sure to return for many repeat visits. And it is 2 to 5 players, 45 to 60 minutes. Wow, this looks really gorgeous. And the box has a linen finish. Yo. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. This is a quality box, even just that. And I'm intrigued by the theme as well. I've heard that this one's really good, so I'm very excited. Okay, let's see if we can get these tabs off. Oh, they peel right off. Like I said, quality box, 10 out of 10. I love this really like pastel color palette too. Oh, even the inside of the box cover is beautiful. Check it out. Super nice. All right, let me see if I can get this tab off. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we have our instruction manual here. Take a quick peek and see what we've got going on. All right, so we have our setup and our overview, what you do on your turn. Yeah, it looks like you're going to be drafting these cards to build different buildings. We have different seasons and the different types of cards and what they do. And some gold cards. Very nice. And then it has a little history about Bosa. Awesome. I was just telling someone over this weekend, I'm like, most of my world knowledge and knowledge about anything has to do with having played a board game around it and then like reading the back of the rule book or the front of the rule book with the preface of like, this is, you know, what the game is based on. This is the history behind it and what have you. Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, so excited to read more about that and learn more about it. All right, and we'll go ahead and got some money tokens, some point tokens. It looks like probably a round trucker first player token. Oh, and we have these beautiful packets with the piece. Oh my gosh, y'all. What? Look at these wooden little resources. They're engraved and dyed. And then we have the different player pieces that are screen printed. Super beautiful. All I know about world history I learned from board games. Listen, I learned things in school, but it did not stick in my brain like board game things do. So there's that. I think it's that application piece, right? Because you learn it and then you see how it's applied in the game, so then it sticks in there more. And we have a secondary envelope. Yeah, these tokens are gorgeous and the packaging is just absolutely stunning. Wowie. Okay, we have our gold cards here. So very cute. I really like this bright, oh, on the stream it looks dark gold, but in person it's like a lime green. Very cute. I like how bright it is. Sorry that you guys can't see the actual color of them. I'll post some pictures later on Instagram so y'all can see it in a more color accurate setting. And then we have different season cards or the different building cards for each season, it looks like, and some starting cards. They have, wow, this is beautiful. This reminds me kind of when I went to Panama, and I'm into like doors. So I took a lot of pictures of different doors while I was there, and this certainly evokes some of that and like the colorful buildings. What do you mean like green? It's like a lime green. All right, so we have season 1. I'm gonna put them facing each other just so it's a little easier to sort out on playing season 2 and season 3. Oh, and as the seasons progress, it looks like you can trade in things for points in season 3, have sets of things in season 2, and then in season 1, you can have gaining resources. Cool, cool, good progression. Okay. Yeah, these colors in person are a little bit more pastel, and I don't know why specifically these lime green ones are showing up as like a dark gold color, but at least you know. Okay, so those go in there. And then we have our player boards, resources, etc. So I'm going to put these. Oh, I bet the tokens go in here. So I'm going to punch those and place them there. Okay. Really looking forward to trying this one out. Has anybody ever played it before? Question mark. Would love to know if you have and what your thoughts are on it. I will definitely be, this one doesn't have a solo mode. I mean, I can check and see if there's like a homebrew one. Oh, and we have our like main board here. Beautiful. I like that there's a glossary of what everything is as well, and like money you can convert to points at the end of each season. And it looks like these are tabs where you would place the cards for drafting, I'm assuming. This one, so I was saying this one doesn't look like it has a solo mode. So I don't know if I'll make a full video on it, but definitely in a monthly recap once I get to play it, I'll be talking about it and probably posting it on Instagram too, because this one's just freaking gorgeous. Construct this little tray here. Very beautiful. All right. And there's that. That in there. We'll punch our money and point tokens. Okay. Oh, my bunny's at the door. Hi, bunny. Oh, and they're at the door because it's almost 7 p.m., which means it's their second dinner time. Right on schedule. You're 3 minutes early, sweetheart. Just give me a minute. You're so bossy. I'm not saying I'm being held hostage, but like, you know. All right, and let's put these tokens in here. Ooh, really nice punching too. These are very clean. I really like this almost like hand-drawn aesthetic as well, and the font that they chose. Super nice. All right, almost there. I might put the 100 point tokens just in a little baggie and leave the money in the paper bag. I wonder if that's supposed to hold the money. That's so cool that it comes with a little tray for that. If that's what it is. I can't imagine it would be anything else since they fit in there so nicely. At the convention, the first day I like went straight from work and I forgot to bring iron clays and my like silicone muffin cups. We had to place components on the tablecloth. Oh, I know, scandalous. Like, who even am I? I don't even know myself anymore. What is this? All right, so we'll place these in here. Make it a little flat, but some of them are standing. There we go. Oh, point tokens. Where's the little baggie that I just had? I don't know. Put it over here, maybe? Question mark? Little baggie, little baggie. There's a little baggie. Perfect. Got it. I know. It felt very blasphemous. Like my heart died a little when that happened. Took a moment of silence just to mourn. Then, gotta move on. Okay. Oh, and the player boards too. Maybe we'll put those down first. Ooh, it might be a little challenging to get everything to fit. We might have to take this apart and construct it each time, which is fine with me. It's pretty easy to do. Okay, place that there, place this here, put our resources and our money tokens, resources, money tokens. There we go. Yep, that's the one. All right, rule book and our box. So there you have it. There is, ooh, very shaky table. Today's unboxing. So we started off with the 5 to 6 player expansion for Fox Experiment, which has the new Fox art cards and tokens. We have Chicken, which is a little push your luck die game from Keymaster Games, which I'm excited to try. Toil and Troubles from Grandpa Beck's Games, which I am very excited for. They played this at the convention that I went to last time and also the convention from this past weekend, and it really holds up. So that's been really fun. And we have Hunted Mining Colony 415, which is a solo to 2-player game from the Hunted series. I really liked Kobayashi Tower, so I'm excited to try that one out too. We have Harmonies, which is one of the new games on the BGG Hot 100, so we'll see how that one goes. Bosa, which was our surprise gift game. Again, thank you so much. And we have Crystal Palace, which I won at the silent auction. So yeah, I think that's about it for tonight. Thanks for everybody who joined live. Thanks for everybody who's watching in the future. And thank you again to Noble Knight Games for sponsoring the channel. They were the ones that, continue to support us and allow me to get some games that I might not, be able to afford or get my hands on otherwise. So that's been huge. Thank you to our members for helping support the channel as well. And to everybody who's joined. I hope everybody has a great rest of their day, evening, night, whatever time it is, wherever you are. And I'll see you next time. Bye.